Action.
All right, to end, we're going to wrap this up in life. So one of the first things, really, if you want to manifest more happiness in your life, is you got to learn to let go of resentments, fears, the past, shame, guilt, all those kind of things. Most people walk around today feeling guilty or shameful about something in their past. Today, just going outside in the morning and listening to the birds singing, just stop, listen to the birds singing, kind of look around at what's out there. I feel really good. So one of the things to do to create happiness is start doing more things that make you happy. Create the things in your life that make you happy and get away from the things that don't. Love people, use things, not love things and use people. One of the things that I see a lot today is people use other people to get what they want, to gain what they want. They take advantage of them. A few years back, one morning, I was down at Dunkin' Donuts. I had my son with me, and I'm standing in line waiting for coffee. This guy gets right up in my face, and he's like, "The next time you do that, I'm going to kick your ass." And I'm like, "What? What set this guy off?" And I said, "Well, if you think that, that's fine, whatever. I'll be waiting for you outside, blah, blah, blah." I'm like, "Hey, whatever, dude." I got my son with me, and I'm thinking, what do I want to teach him? Do I want to pummel this guy and teach my son that just because somebody's upset, that's how you act? And I'm thinking, I don't want to do that. I want to show him something different than what I learned, because he's paying attention. He was probably 16, and he's paying attention. So I told the guy, so I'll tell you what, I'm going to get my coffee. And if you're outside when I come outside, I'll gladly oblige giving you a beating. But if I was you, I'd just go home. Well, when I went out, he was gone. I was kind of happy about that, because I really didn't want to fight. And I got to show my son something different. So my son's asking me, "Dad, why did you hammer that guy? Why did you beat on him?" I said, "What for? If he was bothering you or somebody else in my family, fine. There was really no legitimate reason to do that. Now, I wouldn't have done that years ago. So I was invited in, but I didn't participate." Well, I've seen this guy a couple times after that, and he was doing the same thing. So I was all alone one day, and I said, I got to find out whatever it is going on, and if I got to do this with this guy, I'm going to do it. So I kind of confronted him, and I say, "Look, I don't know what your problem is. I don't know why you're all upset, but if you really want a beating, I'll give you one, And he says, I'm in the middle of a divorce. He says, I was really having a bad fight with my wife that morning, and you happened to be the guy that come in. I said, "Oh, I was a lucky recipient of your anger." He goes, "Yeah, we had a conversation. We shook hands. That was it." That was so much easier than the alternative. Talk about being happier. Now, I've been in a lot of fights. Even the ones I won, I wasn't happy. I always felt bad afterwards. So, and that's where an argument can lead. That doesn't mean that's where an argument's going to go, but that's where one can lead. So just because you're invited into one doesn't mean you're going to participate. Now, I taught this class. I finished it up last night. And it was an intense life recovery course. And it was mostly for these people about learning how to eat better. They just eat. That's the way they fill that void. They didn't feel good about themselves, so they stuffed food in their face. So they asked me if I could help them out. And I said, "Well, probably not going to be talking Weight Watchers or calories or any of that stuff to you, but yeah, I can help you out." So through this course, you really have to take a look at yourself, deal with your past, and then you can move on. And once you do that, food's not an issue anymore. You just feel better about who you are. Anyway, last night was the last class, and one of the ladies in there is a teacher, and she brought in this book, "Fill Your Bucket," and help others fill their bucket. It's a kid's book. And it shows this kid dancing around with this bucket. It's full of stars and rainbows and all this happy little stuff. And she's going around filling other kids' buckets. It's a real simple book. It just talks about when you're out on the playground, be nice to others, share your stuff with them. If somebody needs help them out. Simple little things. And it says when you fill others' buckets, yours gets full too. And when you're helping others, you'll feel better. You just will. Now, one of the things that I had written down in here talks about today with the technology we have and the resources we have, we can make a lot more money a lot quicker. There's people out there that are making money that's mind-boggling. Do they take more time and relax now that they can do that? No. They want more, so they work more. They buy more stuff. They get more responsibilities. Then they got to work more. Then they're stressful. Now, I'm going to tell you, if I find a way to make more money, I'm going to work less. I'm going to enjoy life. I've discovered that I like my time to just really enjoy life, to spend with nature, to spend with other people, to help people. I really don't want to be at work all the time, but that's kind of how this society goes. So they got all this technology now, they're making all this money. Wow, this is great. So now I have to go buy this big mansion, and now, geez, I got to pay for that. So now that I was only working 30 hours a week and making huge money, I've bought all this stuff. So now I've got to work 50 hours a week to pay for it. So they had time to relax and be happy, and they got rid of it by taking on all this, or not enough, or something's out of whack. I got to find a balance. Now I talked about that a little while ago with the, people make more money in less time and they get more stuff, so they got to work more. There's no balance in their life. Nature is balanced. Everything in nature is balanced. If an animal attacks another animal, it's so that that can live, or he can feed his family. But it doesn't go and take a whole bunch more. It takes only what it needs, and it leaves the rest. If you get a lot of stuff, share it. You'll be amazed if you start sharing what you have, how much more you get. Be the change you want to see in this world. Now, I remember talking to this particular spiritual teacher I had. They were talking about all these things, and it's like, I was getting kind of discouraged, and I said, well, what do you think? I can change the world? I can't change the damn world. She goes, you don't have to. Just change yourself. Be the change you want to see in the world. You don't know who you're going to affect by having that better attitude that might do something that revolutionizes this world. So my analogy of that whole thing is I use a tree analogy. If you take a look at a tree, just think about an old tree, a huge tree that just fills the sky. There's thousands of leaves on that tree. And they're all separate, but they're all connected to the same source. That tree supplies every leaf on that thing with what it needs to live. So there might be one way down here on the bottom and one way up here on the top that never sees each other, but they're still connected. They come from the same tree. They get their life from the same tree. Well, I hate to tell you, but we all come from the same place. We're all connected. We all live on this planet. There's something out there greater than us that created this beauty. You came here to enjoy that. So start enjoying it. Stop worrying about all the crap and start enjoying it. Stop listening to all the people that want to suck you down and start hanging out with the people that want to bring you up. This is where heaven is. You don't have to wait till you die to get there. It's right here, right now. I know. I walked out of the depths of hell right into the gates of heaven on this planet right now. I don't live in hell anymore. I don't live in the bondage of this anymore. I live in heaven. I talk to God every day. I see Him all over the place. I just enjoy life, and I try to get other people to feel the same way.